I'll tell you guys then. Alright, it's saying I'm live. Or is it? I guess I can't click settings while I'm broadcasting, can I? I might have just taken it off.
It says you're live, so.
Oh. Alright. Have you heard me at all?
It said until you've been broadcasting. Might have just taken it off.
Alright, perfect. Okay, so for those of you that are listening in right now on the network, my apologies. I'm just trying to figure out some technical difficulties. If you're just now tuning in, we had them a little bit earlier. Things are looking all right now, and we welcome you back into the EIF network. We want to let everybody know that earlier we encountered some technical difficulties, and for that reason, we actually had to have one of our broadcasts on an affiliate station, the Man with Pants. That broadcast will be available, we're hoping, here within the next day or so at the latest. But for those of you that do not want to wait, that want to get tuned in and want to be filled in with information right now, earlier this evening, we began our quarterfinal round in the Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament, starting out with the one of four matches that featured both underseeds, the number 9 seed Aaron Phantom going up against the number 16 seed DZ, and Aaron made easy work of DZ, sweeping him in two and advancing to become the first semifinalist in this year's Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament. Now, even though we said we originally were not going to have another match tonight, it is almost midnight, so we can almost say that, technically it's not the same day, but either way, we are getting set to do PepsiKiller versus Greedy. This is a rematch from last year, and it's eerily similar because last time we had these two fight in the BFG, it was late night, much later than this, but still late night / early morning, whatever you want to call it. And these two fought. Greedy wanted to get the match done just as he is tonight, and Greedy was very confident at that time. PepsiKiller ended up taking it to him. Now, that was the preliminary round. This year they're facing off in the quarterfinals, so it's a best of 3. First 1 to 2 wins will win the matchup. These two are on the opposite side of the bracket of Aaron, so the winner of these two will actually play the winner of the number 3 Hostile and number 6 Beatdown series. I want to remind everybody as well that's tuning in, I will not, and I do mean this, I will not be doing any BFG matches after this tonight. And also, and like I said, I really do mean that. And also, we will not begin the semifinals of the BFG regardless until Monday, May 23rd. So, no matter what, even if we were hypothetically to get all the BFGs done tomorrow, I am not going to do that. So, again, the reason why I'm doing this is because we are going to have the finals of our Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament take place at our June 11th pay-per-view, which is Collision Course. And so I don't want to have the semifinalists and have the semifinals over and then have like a 4-week wait until Collision Course, because obviously the hype can kind of die down between now and then. So there will be time spread out throughout, but we are going to get halfway through the quarterfinals now. Greedy and Pepsi have their rematch from last year's BFG coming up. Watching this match with me in the match will be Hybrid Maniac, who will be helping me with the rule officiating. The match has just been created, so we ask that he, along with the competitors Pepsi and Greedy, join the match. These 3 matches, or 2 or 3, will all be contested under the normal rules that we saw in the preliminary round. This is the first time that we've done this for BFG, so needless to say, this is sort of a test run that we're doing here. In 2016, we ask that both Pepsi, Greedy, Hybrid, and of course myself, following each match that is necessary to have another match, that we all hit rematch as opposed to quitting out and creating a new game session. So guys, just remember that. We'll hit rematch. I will be doing in-ring introductions for you two at the start of this match, but I will not for games 2 and 3 if necessary. I'll just ask you guys if you're ready, and then we'll ring the bell. So, and then obviously for you viewers on Twitch following along, feel free to communicate throughout this in the chat room. I know this is a little bit of a late night broadcast and obviously not a planned broadcast, but in the Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament, you can expect the unexpected. And we've seen matches much later in the night, but the BFG is meant to be at the convenience of the EIF superstars, as well as myself, so sometimes that means they end up happening outside of shows. And speaking of shows, if you're tuning in and you are an EIF superstar, we hope that you were here earlier this evening for our Superstardom show. If you missed it, don't worry about it. We have Extreme Distortion coming your way tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And of course, our big broadcast on the network is this Saturday, May 14th. And that is EIF Superstars Reborn. 9 matches scheduled for that night. Greedy is not on the card. Pepsi is. But it nonetheless should be a very exciting night. And I'm sure there's a chance we may be able to see Greedy this Saturday. Who knows? Maybe he'll be on the panel if he's there. Of course, that is Saturday. Greedy has no match to focus on there. Pepsi does, but right now the task at hand for these two, much as it was for DZ and Aaron earlier, is to focus on this Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament matchup. PepsiKiller made it to the final, or the semifinals last year. He is one of 2 of the 8 initial quarterfinalists in this year's tournament that have ever made it to the semifinals. Greedy has not. This is the farthest Greedy has went. In fact, if I am correct, Greedy, this is the only time you've went to the quarterfinals thus far, is it not? So, yeah, so Greedy's first quarterfinal appearance, Pepsi's second. When Pepsi eliminated Greedy in the preliminaries last year, went all the way to a Game 5 with Ratluck. He is the only superstar. Pepsi and Ratluck are the only semifinal series of the previous 4 tournaments to have ever went all 5 games. Pepsi was 1 win away from punching his ticket to the finals in his rookie year. He is hoping to be 1 win better this year, but he has to get into those semifinals first. So we'll ask Pepsi to get back into a corner. We will do introductions. All right. The following contest is the second of 4 quarterfinal matchups in this year's 2016 Battle for Glory All-Stars Tournament. Introducing first, standing in the top left corner. He hails from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, representing the number 10 overall seed, PepsiKiller. And opposite of the ring to him, from Florida, he is the number 2 overall seed in this year's tournament, By the Greedy. One taunt for Greedy and an arrogant one at that. Greedy will be asked to get back to the corner. All right, guys, we talked about the rules before we got on the air and a little bit during. PepsiKiller, are you ready? Greedy, are you ready? All right, here we go, guys. Game 1. Ding, ding, ding. And so just like that, game 1 of a potential 3 and a minimum 2 is underway, and Greedy will kick it off with a German suplex to PepsiKiller. You know, last year we talked about this. I mean, this is a rematch from last year's BFG preliminary round. Greedy is not one to make mistakes. In fact, he green-barred James Arkoffel in his opening round matchup, the number 15 seed who was eliminated last round just over a week ago. And so now Greedy getting set to take it to PepsiKiller, and he's done just that early on. Greedy wants to make sure he doesn't allow Pepsi any leniency because he knows what Pepsi can do with a little bit of a rope to use. And PepsiKiller with a blue thunder bomb from the Toronto Blue, of course. A Maple Leafs fan for hockey, and perhaps a Raptors fan of basketball, if anybody actually watches that garbage. PepsiKiller missing the boot. No offense to those that are fans of basketball. And Pepsi with an STO takedown to Greedy. That was a different game, though, when these two fought in 2K15. 2K16 has been fairly kind to both superstars, as was 15, though, so we must say their performances are fairly consistent year to year. Greedy initially did not see those results, but as of the last couple of months, multiple world championship reigns. It's been another great year for Greedy. It took him 4 years till he finally got to that main event ascension, but he has really did a great job of not losing that as he grabs Pepsi by those hair locks and tossing him across the ring. Last time we saw the BFG just moments ago, or about a couple hours maybe, DZ and Aaron, those two, very one-sided match in favor of Aaron, so perhaps we could see the same or not. Pepsi with a right back kick, another right back kick, trying to back Greedy up, and now Greedy using his hands to take Pepsi down. That's strength advantage, and it's interesting to see as well, we talked about this with DZ and Aaron, those two were more superstardom guys, but they're known to be crossovers, guys that do go to the brands. Pepsi and Greedy have been known predominantly to be ED guys, as of late especially. I mean, Greedy did obviously have some runs in superstardom, so I guess he is more of a tweener, but Pepsi's a guy throughout his entire career here in EIF, which spans well over a year, nearly 2. Pepsi has been one who has not liked to be told what to do, and when it comes to superstardom, that's one of those things. PepsiKiller does not like being told he has to do superstardom, and a lot of guys going up through the development ranks, they like that. Pepsi is not one of those people, and that's why he may have the advantage in this, although Greedy is coming off of his last championship reign being the world title, and he has a finisher in hand already just to Pepsi's 64% momentum. And yes, folks, Greedy is still in green. He has not been taken out of it yet in this year's tournament. So he has his second taunt. And PepsiKiller, though, trying to take that green bar away. He does not want to be, if Pepsi has to lose here, he does not want to lose embarrassingly. One thing you got to love, though, and one thing that the 8 superstars, the 8 quarterfinalists earned going into this is you have a little bit of a tightrope to walk. I talked to a lot of EIF superstars, past and present, that have competed in the BFG, and one of the things I asked is, what is the most nerve-wracking part? Believe it or not, a lot of people say it's the beginning of the tournament because it's that one-and-done preliminary round. It doesn't matter who you're facing. It doesn't matter what number your seed is. It's the fact that you lose one time, you lose the BFG. You are out. And so that's one of the things that I guess you could say the quarterfinalists, the semifinalists, and of course the finalists are rewarded, is that they can afford to lose a match. You never want to, and PepsiKiller sideswiping Greedy, taking him to the outside. Pepsi a little bit of discomfort there, but he has gotten Greedy out of green, so Mr. Green, if you want to call him that for reasons you know as well as I do, but you might have to call him Mr. W because Greedy could be getting the win right here. But PepsiKiller had his hand on the rope, and the referee saw it. And when you go to grab that bottom rope, it's a risk you take. Pepsi chose to take the risk, but it did pay off for him. We saw in an instance where it didn't pay off, Deathlock and Midnight Mayfire in the opening round. Deathlock had his hand on the bottom rope. Official didn't see it. However, the official having a clear sight, and we've noticed that these AI zebra-striped officials, my apologies, our co-viewer here has seen something at the viewer's discretion could be viewed differently. All right, I have a mixed opinion with Hybrid. So Hybrid is claiming that Greedy was doing some running or excessive walking. In some cases you overturn the decision. I'm not really sure what to do here, so how about we re-ring the bell instead of giving out any free moves here. Let's just re-ring the bell here. So, all right, Greedy, are you ready? Pepsi? I hope he's ready. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so Pepsi seems to be ready. So again, technicality here. We'll keep a more keen eye on this matchup. That sometimes happens. And as I was saying prior to that call, from Hybrid, these guys in the zebra stripes are AI officials, the artificial intelligence. Well, let's just say that they have been a big factor in this tournament as Pepsi trying to take off that turnbuckle. Greedy Pepsi probably is happy he didn't, because Greedy with the snake eyes there, Pepsi would have been hitting a steel buckle as opposed to the padded one. Not to say that one did not hurt, neither does that. The Enziguri, am I right? Greedy with a finisher in hand. It is a 1-0 finisher count for Greedy. Make it 2. make it to the ground finisher. Pepsi didn't see it coming. We've seen Greedy do this to people before. He did it to James, he does it to Pepsi, and he could be getting a Game 1 victory here in the quarterfinals. There's the 2, and Pepsi gets, no! Nearly thought he was going to get pinned, but PepsiKiller stays alive. Club Pepsi, as he likes to call it, which he has a few representatives in EIF now trying to build up the club, as we like to always steal storylines from a very well-known organization. But either way, PepsiKiller is hoping that him and his club, along with the support, can find a way to come out on top here and defeat Greedy. Greedy is the highest remaining seed in this year's tournament at number 2. Is produced 1 winner and 2 finalists in EIF history. Number 2, Tony Vinn, and he was the one that made it to the finals in the 2013 tournament, eliminated by brutality. And number 2, last year's number 2, the tournament winner, Ratluck. PepsiKiller, number 10, that is a seed that has never made it to the semifinals, although Pepsi has made it to the semis. PepsiKiller reversed by Greedy. And in the 4 BFG tournaments in years past, we have seen 4 seeds emerge victorious, the number 1 seed twice, the number 2 seed once, and the number 7 seed once. Greedy with a stomp onto the upper chest cavity there of PepsiKiller picks up the Canadian representative, one of 2 Canadians that are in this year's quarterfinals, the first time in EIF BFG history that more than one international representative was past the preliminary round. PepsiKiller, oh, he was able to grab the feet of Greedy. Greedy maybe not making a wise move there. He gave Pepsi a little bit of entryway, and Greedy, though, now with a finisher. Already up 2 finishers to 1, or 2 finishers to none, my apologies. PepsiKiller thrown in belly to belly from the apron. Perhaps Greedy looking for that ground finisher again, not sure. Goes for that leaping scissor kick, and he caught him. Greedy wants to be careful here that he doesn't wait too long. Smart move there from a former multi-time world champion, because Greedy could have been called there, and realistically I think he would have. Pepsi backing up. Greedy, these two are unsure. Pepsi knows that there is a catching finisher that Greedy has, and Pepsi already has been hit by it once. Good job, Pepsi, trying to create some separation, you can see here, and trying to create a ground game right now with Greedy. This is a pretty smart move on credit to Pepsi, who has just gained his 2nd finisher in hand. Greedy has already hit 2 on Pepsi. Pepsi looking to return the favor, perhaps. Botches on a grapple. He doesn't on the 2nd one. Blue Thunder Bomb connects. Canadian superstar has only made it to the semifinals once, and that was Pepsi, and that was last year. Greedy sliding in. Pepsi denies clean entry, and for that, he is hit with a super kick. 3-0 finisher count in favor of Greedy, the number 2 seed, looking to get win number 1 in round 2. 1, 2, and he did not get Pepsi yet. And notice, folks, Pepsi did not use resiliency. Kick to the ribs delivered to PepsiKiller. Awkwardly down. Pepsi's head being smashed viciously on that canvas. Greedy about to gain a signature. A little bit of sign language will do it for him. His 3rd taunt of the match, if I believe I am correct. Of course, we do have hybrid here to make sure that those counts are correct. And you, the viewers on Twitch, please feel free to chime in. PepsiKiller using a reversal. Oh, Pepsi's got to be careful. That back wall. Greedy gets him with a signature, rocking the jaw of Pepsi. Already up 3 finishers to none. 4th taunt for Greedy, and Pepsi just getting in a little bit late, but he hit the pop-up powerbomb. It was a finisher. 3-1 finisher count. Ref has a delayed reaction. 1, 2, and Greedy gets the shoulder up. Greedy being brought to both feet again. 3-1 finisher count. Both men with 1 finisher in possession. Greedy looking to make it a 4-1 finisher count. He does with that finisher right there. Hooks the leg, center of the ring. 1, 2, and it is a no! It is not over yet. Greedy with trash talk, but PepsiKiller still in it. Greedy now with comeback. What is that? I don't know what Greedy was doing there, just stirring a little bit. Both men have to be careful of Greedy with this comeback. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. They're both standing still. Greedy now picking up PepsiKiller. Signature in hand for Greedy, make it a finisher. I don't think that was the signature he attempted, though. But that is a finisher, and it is a 5-1 finisher count. 1, 2, and Greedy does get the Game 1 victory. Again, folks, do not turn away. There is still a match to be done. We're going to all hit rematch here. And we will get right back at it. Game 2, and this is a win or go home situation for PepsiKiller now. It was a 5-1 finisher count. I'll hop in first. Boy, do I look big compared to you, Hybrid. Anyway. So everything has reset. Taunts, finishers hit, ring escapes, whatever you want. They have reset, so PepsiKiller, given a second chance here, doesn't exactly have a whole lot of time to catch your breath in between these series matchups. But again, Greedy up 1-0 in the series, looking to make the second sweep of this year's tournament. And of course, PepsiKiller looking to stay alive. And so here we go. The countouts have been made. We'll wait for Hybrid's character, for camera purposes, to get out of the viewpoint. So you can see him on the outskirts there. All right, guys. Game 2. Pepsi has to win to keep going. Greedy, are you ready? Pepsi, are you ready? All right, guys. Game 2. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. And it starts out, last time it started with the German suplex for Greedy. This time Pepsi is able to unravel that turnbuckle that he attempted to in the last match, although I'm not exactly sure that's what he wanted to do. Greedy starts out with the taunt and the offense. Stomping on the head of PepsiKiller. Pepsi he's got to find a way to battle back. I mean, he certainly had a little bit of fight in him that last match. Can't say he didn't, but obviously it's something that's going to have to improve here. PepsiKiller was on longer than Greedy today. Also had a match on Superstardom. Greedy did not, so perhaps if you want to call that a warm-up, but it may not have been enough. Greedy trying to show some conservativeness on those reversals. Obviously a 4-to-5 ratio, and Pepsi stomping. Greedy now elects to use reversal, and smart move. PepsiKiller able to maintain offense. Standing vertical, actually more of a brain buster than just a regular suplex. And now Pepsi backing up, dropping the leg over the throat of Greedy. So thus far a much better start for our Canadian superstar. Greedy uses a reversal. And scissor kick connects. Greedy trying to get right back into it. Pepsi uses a reversal, and they both hit each other awkwardly. I'm not sure who took the worst of it. Pepsi using was that a reversal, I believe? Not a ring escape. Okay, my apologies. So the first of 3 ring escapes for this matchup, game 2 being used for Pepsi. And Greedy with his second taunt. Right back kick misses for PepsiKiller. And we've seen this move far too many times. Pepsi caught up in the ropes as Greedy tossing him across the ring. And the number 2 seed, the higher seed, has gained the advantage. Greedy now, and spinning into the eyes of PepsiKiller. The official does not say anything is illegal about this. You walk the tightrope with these officials, and we saw that certainly become a factor in the last round. These two have got to be careful about that. Pepsi took a risk right at the start of the match by unraveling that turnbuckle top left of your corner. You guys pay attention to that. It's a steel turnbuckle, and that could become a factor, as could obviously Greedy's head attacks from head to head, just different parts of the body. And now, Irish whip into the turnbuckle goes Greedy. Pepsi goes for the grapple. Greedy with a reversal. Here comes Pepsi with a reversal. And Greedy's comfortably yet again taking advantage. Another brain buster delivered by PepsiKiller. Signature in hand for Greedy. And both men getting down to those latter half reversals. You obviously want to be careful there. And Pepsi running, dropping Greedy on his head. And now PepsiKiller has a signature. Nearly getting Greedy out of green. One would assume he will eventually get him out. Greedy with a knee to the face. It might have been the signature, and now finisher in hand. The first one belongs to Greedy. And he's going to wake up PepsiKiller. Is he going to go right for it? And he does not, but Pepsi may have thought he was going to. Either way, a neckbreaker connects. Greedy is out of green. And what is Pepsi doing now? Standing over top of Greedy. And just an arrogant kick to the back of the head. Pepsi still with a little bit of attitude here. He's got to keep that Pepsi Club swagger. And now Pepsi might be able to get a finisher off of this scoop slam. He does. So Pepsi's done a really good job in this match versus game one of kind of bridging the gap, and we go back to, these superstars getting to earn that right that they didn't have in the preliminary round of kind of getting that falling back, that drop back plan. And for some of these guys it helps. Pepsi didn't have a whole lot of time to necessarily catch his breath, but he did get a time to perhaps re-strategize a little bit. Greedy reversed from PepsiKiller, and now Pepsi, again, as we mentioned, PepsiKiller getting an opportunity. We've clearly seen quite a different match early on than what we had just prior to this. As now Greedy is out of reversals, and what decision does Greedy elect to do? He's going to wake up PepsiKiller here. Greedy going to the top turnbuckle. This could be a finisher maybe. We haven't seen it. And axe handle reversed from PepsiKiller. And now Greedy out of reversals. But he is not fully damaged enough yet, and he does use a ring escape. So each superstar has used a ring escape in this match. And Greedy climbing the turnbuckle. I'm not sure he meant to. PepsiKiller able to jab at him. An official trying to signal PepsiKiller to get off the turnbuckle along with Greedy. I think they're going to get off, but not in the way the official wanted to. A superplex connects. PepsiKiller driving Greedy into the canvas back first. And Pepsi showing quite good signs of life here. He has damaged Greedy much more than Greedy has damaged him. Greedy in red. Pepsi still with a little over half a bar of yellow. And Greedy with a right hand to the stomach. Pepsi with a reversal. Out of reversals is PepsiKiller. And now Pepsi scoop slam. Greedy with a reversal, and I stand corrected. That might have been a finisher, and it was. It was a finisher attempted, and now Greedy with all the stamina in the world, does he elect to use a finisher? He does not. He's going to go for a signature, going to try and damage PepsiKiller a little bit. Oof. And Pepsi will use his second ring escape. PepsiKiller in the ring, reversal for Pepsi, but Greedy still has two finishers. And now PepsiKiller with a finisher. The first finisher of the match belongs to the 10th seed. 1-0 finisher count. And Pepsi's smart move to avoid the ropes. Here we go. Referee, does he see it? Pepsi's feet are on the ropes. 2. And wait a minute, no. Greedy's still able to kick out. The ref did not see it. Pepsi's feet were on the middle rope. He might have had 1 foot on the bottom rope and 1 foot on the middle. Hard to tell there. But Greedy was still able to power out of it. Give a lot of credit. PepsiKiller missing a couple of shots there. This one, he does miss as well. Greedy with a reversal. Pepsi stole the finisher of Greedy, by the way, and now Greedy might be looking to return the favor. He wakes up PepsiKiller to the middle rope. Pepsi is ungroggy, and Greedy missing that moonsault. Caught from behind and dropped on his head again. And Greedy with his second ring escape. Pepsi and Greedy both using 2 ring escapes. It's a 1-0 finisher count in favor of Pepsi. You see the official already beginning the count. Greedy can also lose game 2 by way of count out. Pepsi could lose game 2 and essentially his tournament bid by that as well. As a Seth Walker connects something new from Toronto zone. Right back kick connects for Pepsi. Greedy with a reversal. PepsiKiller down. And Greedy picking up PepsiKiller. Finisher connects. 1-1 finisher count. And now Greedy using the ropes on Pepsi too. Does the referee see it? The ref doesn't see it. Pepsi's got to kick out, and he does. Pepsi had to stay alive. Both men taking a page out of the other one's book. PepsiKillers, very European uppercut connects. I should remind our viewers and educate all of you in knowing that there is some discussion going on behind the play, we should say, between Superstar Greedy and Competitor Greedy, as well as our Media Ambassador Hybrid Maniac and Enforcer of Rules for these BFGs. And Hybrid is claiming some, as we say, shenanigans on Greedy, obviously anything, and we do want to remind our competitors that are active not only in the BFG but beyond that, that anything that occurs in the BFG can be reviewed even after a decision is made. So it sounds like Hybrid may take an extra take at the footage, as should all BFG matches for precautionary reasons. Oh, and Greedy quickly switching over to that finisher. He was trying to catch Pepsi. Greedy to the outside. Greedy, listen to me, Greedy. Okay, listen, we're on air. We don't want to have these kind of issues. Anything that happens can obviously be reviewed. If you feel confident in your moveset, then you shouldn't have to worry. Okay, then listen, he's just trying to make sure that things go well, because I have heard a lot of reports that you have had somewhat of a sketchy moveset this year, and a lot of moves we've seen banned have been banned from you. And as well as beat down in some others. But again, don't worry. If you're confident in your moveset and you believe what you're doing is fair, then just keep going with the match. You don't want to let them distract you from your chances to win. So clothesline connects for Greedy as this match continues on. We apologize to our viewers. And a power bomb connects for Greedy. And that was a finisher, and it is now a 2-1 finisher count. 2, and PepsiKiller is alive. PepsiKiller certainly outmatching Greedy in the reversals category, and Greedy now signaling perhaps for the end. PepsiKiller with a finisher, 2-2. PepsiKiller doesn't use ropes this time. Greedy won't be able to reach him. He's going to have to kick out on his own, and he cannot. PepsiKiller ties the series, and we go to game 3. Pepsi didn't need near as many finishers as Greedy did in match 1 to eliminate him in match 2. That could be something that will be in the head of both of these superstars as we get set. This is game 3. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. At this point, you can wipe out the first 2 matches, because this is the ultimate decision here. The winner of this moves to the semifinals. The loser is eliminated with the better luck next year slogan right next to them. Number 2, Greedy. Number 10, PepsiKiller. Yet again going to the late stages here on another late night, just as it did in 2015. My apologies. I botched getting in the ring. So again, both those, what a game 2 it was. Very intense matchups between these two going on right now as we have officially hit midnight here on the Eastern time zone. Greedy, like I said, man, look what happened, dude. You were going out of control and you lost that match. Don't think about it right now, okay? Best thing you can do is what you're doing here. You can't get rid of the moves right now. What you have is what you have, and you just have to believe in what you have. So, all right, game 3, guys. Winner take all. Greedy said he's ready. Pepsi, are you good? Ding, ding, ding. What a match these two have had, and a culminating finish, and for the first time in this series, Pepsi with the opening move via a Hurricane Rana. So again, you know, through 2 matches, these two obviously both learning a little bit about each other's character that they have selected for this quarterfinal series. Both of these guys obviously trying to make sure they make the right measured up moves here. The winner of this series will play the winner of Hostile and Beatdown's quarterfinal series. Hostile, the number 3 seed, beat down the number 6. Greedy defeated the number 15 seed, James Arkoffel, to get to this point by way of a dominating green bar fashion. His opponent, PepsiKiller, had the next closest dominating performance by eliminating Prof Jag, who had to replace the number 7 Jetstar in that opening round. PepsiKiller running, Greedy ducks underneath him, Pepsi reverses Greedy, and it is all number 10 seed right now, but Greedy fighting back with a right hand. And an enziguri to the side of the head. Greedy now dragging PepsiKiller away from the ropes. And a kick to the ribs delivered We've seen these guys use the ropes to their advantage through the rope break. We've seen these guys use the ropes to their advantage by leverage of trying to pin their opponent. The referee didn't see it, and therefore they nearly could have won the match, and in Greedy's case, won the series off of a ref technicality, and we have, again, seen that more so in this Battle for Glory tournament than any of the previous 4 installments. PepsiKiller with a right hand to the ribs of Greedy to reverse, and Greedy throwing Pepsi down, up in the air, I should say, and what goes up must go down. Greedy with, I believe, his first taunt of this match. Taunts, I've noticed one thing Greedy's been using, Pepsi has not been as accustomed to using throughout this series so far. Greedy nearly a 3-to-1 reversal advantage. I think Pepsi somewhat realizing that, and a big boot connects, but Greedy wants to make sure he got that third reversal back. You could kind of tell that sort of helped PepsiKiller a little bit. And Greedy stopping PepsiKiller from hitting that power bomb, and a running German suplex connects. Pepsi may have gotten knocked into those turnbuckles, could be in some discomfort. He'll roll out of harm's way for his first ring escape of the match. And game 3 of 3 in the best of 3 quarterfinals. The winner to move on to the semifinals, which are best of 5s. Greedy knocks down the referee, and he's going to go up after PepsiKiller. And Greedy tossing Pepsi nearly across the entire ring. Greedy with some bone-crunching moves, and they both have signatures now. Both with 2 reversals en route to their third. Make that just 1 for Pepsi. Greedy is able to get his third. Pepsi backing up. Greedy running, catching PepsiKiller with a German suplex. Greedy now picking up Pepsi. Right hand, or lefts and rights, all over, and Greedy now catching Pepsi into the turnbuckles yet again. Oh no, this does not bode well for PepsiKiller. Pepsi's got to get out of there. Powerbomb right into the turnbuckle. And you notice the difference in the moves Greedy's been doing in Game 3 that he didn't really do as much in the first 2 sets. Just a lot of painful, effective moves delivered to PepsiKiller right now. So Pepsi has got to show some response. He does there with a reversal, but Greedy gets it right back, and he gets a finisher in hand as well. Pepsi uses his second ring escape of the match. Still 0-0 finisher count. And Pepsi realizing the importance of this match. They have not necessarily given clean entry, and Greedy almost playing mirror, mirror on the wall. Pepsi, wait a minute. Pepsi's got to be careful. Pepsi has got to be careful with that. I'm not sure if he intentionally grabbed that chair or not. Referee at the count of 5. I think he is trying to grab it. He's bringing it into the ring. Dropping the chair. And that's a big risk. And we saw the referee call a disqualification on our tournament champion, Ratluck, just in the preliminary round. So PepsiKiller taking a bold move, bringing that into the ring. Greedy wants nothing to do with it, and so the referee will rightfully make the good call of taking that chair out of the ring. PepsiKiller delivering a high knee to the head of Greedy. Finisher in hand for both superstars. Pepsi picking Greedy up. Headlock locked in. And a knee catching Greedy up high. Scoop slam. Greedy thought it may have been more than that, and he used a reversal on it. Enziguri connects. I'm not going to call that running. I know Hybrid might say something. I'm not sure, but looked good to me. All right. Greedy now looking to strike first blood with a finisher. He does not. He is trying, though. Can obviously tell these guys are doing what they can to make sure that... Oh, and that was not a ring escape. That was a reversal, yes. So these guys obviously trying to make sure that, you know, and Greedy perhaps trying to get that last reversal off of PepsiKiller. I mean, if he can get a freebie finisher, he's going to take it. Greedy from the middle rope. And catching PepsiKiller. What a DDT. He rocked Pepsi. And I believe that was the second taunt of Greedy in this matchup. Pepsi catches him with the knee. Greedy ran right into it. And Greedy, I believe, also used a reversal. We have seen the count get no higher than 5 when Pepsi was out there. Pepsi lets Greedy get him with the catching finisher again. That's the 3rd time this series, and it could be the last time. Hooks the leg. Pepsi has his hand on the rope. Does the ref see it? 2, and... Wait, I can't even see the ref in our camera view, but I'm assuming the official saw it. Greedy was forced to let go. I can only assume I mean, I don't know if you guys could see any better than I could. It didn't look like the official was in our camera sighting. That's probably the worst thing that could happen for us during this match, trying to commentate here. But PepsiKiller able to take advantage. Both men out of reversals. PepsiKiller with a curb stomp connecting. Hybrid, remember, Hybrid, we can review it. Guys, we can review it, Hybrid. If it's not the move, don't cost him his spot in the BFG, and Greedy, don't fight with him. We'll review it. Anyway, signature in hand for PepsiKiller right now. Finisher in hand for PepsiKiller right now. Sounds a little bit more important than what Greedy's bitching about right now, but who knows. And now Pepsi with a forearm to the back of Greedy. $1 Million Dream connects to Greedy. It was not a finisher. Pepsi does not have the stamina to hit a finisher right now. That is important for Greedy, who is out of reversals right now. And Greedy will use a ring escape. Was that his second, I believe? Or was that his third? I don't think it was your first. I was going to say. Pepsi with a blue Thunder Bomb as Greedy gets in. Greedy stomped on the back from PepsiKiller, and Greedy using a last bit reversal. Greedy with 0 reversals, but he does have a finisher. Pepsi has 2 reversals. Is Greedy going to go for it here? It's a 1-0 finisher count in favor of Greedy. He could be doing this. He could make a bold move here. He misses. Darts past him to the middle rope. Drops down. Pepsi is ungroggy. We're all good. Blue Thunder Bomb again for Pepsi. Well, you didn't use your third ring escape, so you still have one. He still has one. He still has a ring escape, but he does use a reversal. Finisher! PepsiKiller stopped his finisher. Seth Walker, Greedy is nowhere near the ropes to ring escape, and this might give Pepsi the green light to tie the finisher count at 1 apiece. It does! Finisher connects! And now Pepsi looking to advance to the semifinals for the second year in a row. 2, and Pepsi unable to do so just yet, but it is a 1-1 finisher count still. A hectic and chaotic series, especially here in Game 3. Greedy yet again down to his last reversal and using it instantly. And he's going to go for the finisher, and he's going to get it! Greedy on a bold move. Pepsi had 3 reversals, and it is a 2-1 finisher count, and Pepsi could be eliminated. Greedy, here he goes. Maybe trying to go for the ropes, get dirty pin. He did. He's got his feet on the ropes. The referee doesn't see it. The referee doesn't see it. 2-2-2. No. Pepsi kicked out. You got to be kidding me. Suplex connects for PepsiKiller, and both men are down, and Greedy uses comeback. That was a very unusual kick out. The official might have seen it, not really sure, but I mean, you could see the official's hand was literally an inch from touching that mat, declaring it a 3 count, and Pepsi being eliminated. Greedy has used his comeback. It is to no avail, and a finisher is to the avail of PepsiKiller. 2-2 finisher count. 1, 2, and no! Greedy, so many close calls. So many. That's PepsiKiller with a headlock locked in on Greedy. And Brainbuster delivered. 2, yes. You have 1 left. So 2-2 finisher count. I believe both superstars have used 2 ring escapes in this match. Put PepsiKiller with a knee to the face of Greedy. Pepsi has used 0 taunts. Greedy has used 2, I believe. PepsiKiller dropping Greedy on the back of his head. Make it 1 taunt for PepsiKiller. He already got the finisher, but why not a little bit extra? So 1-2 taunts, 2-2 ring escapes, 2-2 finisher count. 1-1 in the series. Deadlocked here in the final game, Game 3. PepsiKiller may have been going for the finisher. Greedy able to stop it. Pepsi uses a reversal and dropping Greedy. So Greedy trying to steady his way back up in that reversal count. That's certainly helping him out quite a bit, as he was consistently down to 1-0. And PepsiKiller getting caught again. Greedy with the running grapples and running strikes to the advantage, and Greedy with his third taunt. He doesn't have a finisher yet to seal the deal, but based on the taunt, Greedy is declaring victory. He did that in game 2 and he lost. Greedy, big STO delivered. Emphatic node on the canvas. A running signature reversed. He went for the signature and Pepsi saw it. He had hit it multiple times on Pepsi throughout this series, but not this time, says Pepsi. Read and react does the challenger. And now with a finisher in hand, en route to a second. Greedy slowly rolling away. Some fatigue settling in here. That will happen in a best of 3. One of these superstars will move on to a best of 5. The other one will be eliminated. And Greedy trying not to be the one to be eliminated, but Pepsi can say the same thing. Greedy reversed with Pepsi. And they go back and forth now. Greedy with the reversal. Greedy reversed by Pepsi. And now will Greedy use his reversal? He does. It was a finisher reversal. Greedy does not have the stamina though. And he takes Pepsi down, but Greedy without stamina. Pepsi uses comeback. And Pepsi with a shoulder tackle. Off the rope. Hip toss reversal for Greedy. And I think Greedy has the stamina now. But Pepsi just got his reversal back. And Pepsi used it. And Greedy did not use his finisher though. And so Pepsi with his second taunt. And Pepsi doing the smart job right now, allowing Greedy some time to recover because he too needs a reversal to recover. Neckbreaker connects and Pepsi was able to gain the upper hand. A classic at midnight here between these two superstars. Greedy picked up by PepsiKiller in a very European uppercut. Again, you are watching Game 3 if you're just now tuning in. These two superstars fighting in a best-of-3 quarterfinals in a 16-person tournament in EIF, a famous one known as the Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament. These two have been in it before. One of them, Greedy, has never made it past this round. PepsiKiller made it past this round but has never made it to the finals. They are looking to change that tonight. While the immediate decision of going to the finals could not happen, at the conclusion of this, progress towards it can. You've missed 2 very good matches and a third one that has perhaps topped them. PepsiKiller not allowing Greedy clean entry. Again, we go back to that. Really hasn't been accustomed in this match, and Greedy got rocked on that top rope. I don't know if I've seen a power bomb like that. It looked like Greedy's body just ricocheted off that top rope. And both men have finishers. Greedy is closer to 2. Both men have 2 reversals as well. And PepsiKiller with a finisher, and it's 3-2. It's a 3-2 finisher count. Greedy is in the center of the ring. Pepsi just has to pin him. Hooks the leg. Does Pepsi move on to the semifinals? What? No! Greedy used resiliency immediately. Greedy using resiliency instantaneously. He was not trying to take any risks here in a 3-2 finisher count. Kick to the midsection, stopped. PepsiKiller with a reversal. And a jawbreaker delivered from Pepsi to Greedy. Greedy now crawling into all fours. He is dropped again. Greedy now dropped on the back of his head from PepsiKiller. Leg drop connects. Now the pace slowing down, and Pepsi with his third taunt as he's trying to turn it up. Fourth taunt would guarantee him a finisher. Instead, he chooses a kick. Very slow pace here, but Greedy now. Opportunity with a finisher, and he got it. 3-3. Hooks the leg. 1. And Pepsi this time is the one to use resiliency. These two throwing everything at each other. And Greedy able to maintain offense. Pepsi had to use another reversal. Pepsi backs up. Greedy running towards him. And Greedy with a right hand. Able to keep the offense. I think that was Pepsi's last reversal, if I'm correct. It was. And Pepsi will head to the outside, and Greedy will follow him over the top rope. Both men are down. Greedy is the first to move, and he gets to both feet. Greedy now picking up Pepsi. Throwing Pepsi in the ring. A respectable move by Greedy, and a big uppercut to the side of the head, but certainly, again, a very respectable move. Both these men, obviously, again, not trying to win off count out, and you got to, at the very least, appreciate that. There's a 3-3 finisher count in Game 3. Greedy and Pepsi have each used 3 taunts as well. Both have 1 ring escape remaining. 3 reversals to 1 in favor of Greedy, who's on his way to his 4th, and he has a signature on his way to his 4th finisher. Pepsi still has that one in store for himself. He's already used his comeback. I believe both have in this match. I know Pepsi certainly has. Greedy, I believe, used it in this match. I know he did, I want to say last match as well, but I could be wrong. And we'll obviously see. You can't have more than one anyway by rules of the game, so that will be dictating that as Greedy is being woken up by PepsiKiller. Greedy at 4 reversals, and he was a finisher attempted from Pepsi. Greedy says no. Scissor kick to the face, and Greedy is in the driver's seat. And Greedy already telling PepsiKiller, good game, bud. Kick to the midsection. Pepsi's out of reversals. And Pepsi was able to get the move off, though. Brainbuster. Brainbuster connects. Greedy telling PepsiKiller to give up. Pepsi not going away. His 4th taunt. Pepsi is feeling it. Pepsi is resilient. He is doing everything he can. Shot misses. Greedy catches PepsiKiller with a clothesline. And now Greedy just has to turn Pepsi over. No, he can't do it. He waited too long. Greedy waited too long. And now Pepsi has gained a reversal back. Greedy trying to put PepsiKiller away, but he can't. He hasn't been able to. And now he backs up. What is Greedy doing? Greedy. And now, all right, we're all good. Referee is down. The referee is down, though. Greedy taken down. Not sure what Greedy was doing. And Greedy perhaps pressure sinking in. The ref has been lenient. Greedy's made contact with the official a number of times, and PepsiKiller has 1 taunt left, and there it is, and it will get him a finisher. It could be his last one. PepsiKiller could have 1 more chance to put away Greedy. 1 more shot. And they continue the back and forth tussle. Pepsi to the middle rope, and he didn't catch Greedy, but he did catch him on the rebound. Greedy was not able to maintain offense. Seth Walker connects. Greedy using a reversal again. Running Pepsi, reverse into a leverage pin. Pepsi could win the match. 1, 2. Pepsi has Greedy rolled up. Pepsi, no. Greedy kicked out. You gotta be kidding me. It could have came down to that. It could have. Pepsi, finisher. Finisher for PepsiKiller. It's a 4-3 finisher count. 1, and Greedy kicked out again. This is unbelievable. Perhaps Game 3 could be rephrased as Match of the Year candidate. These two are beating the hell out of each other. And it's not even the finals yet. Just to merely get to the halfway point. 2 back-to-back pinfall attempts for PepsiKiller and a 4-3 finisher count favoring him. The number 10 seed, but now the number 2 seed looks to take advantage. Big knee to the face of PepsiKiller, and Pepsi uses his final ring escape. Final ring escape. And yet again, it looks like he's going to reintroduce that steel chair. And the official immediately, smart move by the official, trying to get it. Wait a minute, German suplex on the steel chair. PepsiKiller's own device could be his own demise. And now he reverses and throws Greedy onto the chair. The official's going to get this thing the hell out of there. What move? The axe handle. It might be. Hold on, guys. Time out, time out. I could have swore that was one that I honestly do think I remember this. Is it on the website? Just double check and let's see if it's on the website. You're positive. Just checked? Okay, here. Okay, Greedy, listen. Again. Okay, guys. You two fight a lot. Hybrid, you're not going to be able to watch if Greedy moves on. You probably aren't going to be able to watch matches anymore because you guys are fighting back and forth, and it could cause him to lose his matches. So here's the thing. Okay, so... And granted, you do have a history of not being cool with Greedy. So the thing is... So here's the thing, okay? Just listen, guys. Again... This, I can already tell, despite how great it's been, it's going to be looked at heavily. That's just what's going to happen. You guys are going to be looked at. So, we will review this. There is nothing you two can do about your movesets now. You're already 3 matches in. All right? The best thing we'll do is, since it isn't on the rules, I'm not going to give Pepsi a free move. I will re-ring the bell. Okay? Or Greedy a free move. I will re-ring the bell. And again... If anything is found that we feel is conclusive enough to determine that there should have been a different decision from what happens in this match, we will do so. That goes for you, the competitors. That goes for everybody watching on the EIF network right now. And I apologize to the viewers as well as the superstars for the numerous stoppages. This is a tournament that is so high pressured and the margin for error is almost inexistent in this tournament. And so for that reason, so many things get reviewed and overlooked. So... It is a 4-3 finisher count still for PepsiKiller. You guys both gained several reversals while explaining this. So that helped you out. You both have 4. So, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Pepsi has 4 finishers he hit on you. So, and that is correct. But anyway, all right. PepsiKiller, are you ready? Greedy? All right, ding, ding, ding. All right, we go again, folks. And Pepsi again going for the turnbuckle. I do not know what... the Pepsi Club's association with WWE padded turnbuckles is, but it is a downfall. And Greedy, I think this is a finisher. And it is, it's a 4-4 finisher count with 4 reversals. Pepsi could not reverse. 1, 2, and PepsiKiller got the shoulder up. You have got to be kidding me. 4-4 finisher count. And despite the stoppages, one cannot deny the excellent match these two have had. And Pepsi, I think, thought he had his 5th reversal back before electing to do it. So Greedy now has the upper hand. Greedy picking up PepsiKiller. I should have brought a water bottle down for this. I did not realize it was going to be as long as it has been. Greedy, reversed by PepsiKiller. These two have been going at it for an hour now. And Pepsi tried for the finisher, I believe, the stamina. So his finisher wasn't reversed, but he did get deflected from Greedy. And Greedy now has got to be careful here. Doesn't want to stall, doesn't want to do anything cheap. And now he throws Pepsi off the rope. Pop-up, power, bomb connects. Not the finisher one. This is a finisher, though. 5-4 finisher. Count in favor of Greedy. And does he have PepsiKiller? Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Pepsi hanging on by a thread, and the thread is gone. Greedy has advanced for now to the semifinals in an absolute epic quarterfinal series, perhaps the best in this tournament's 5-year history. What a match, what a 3-game series, and way to make the grand finale the best of them all. As for now, Greedy, the number 2 seed, has moved on to the 2016 Battle for Glory All-Stars tournament, but not without a hell of a fight from the number 10 seed PepsiKiller, whose road ends a bit earlier than he would have liked, or his last one ended. Either way, though, an unbelievable series for these two, one that will be remembered and watched over and over again, both for enjoyment purposes and for the need to determine if a decision needs to be altered. Either way, we want to thank all our viewers who have tuned in so late tonight, especially those school kids. I know we have a lot of them here in this league. Thank you for tuning in, as well as our fans. Don't forget, guys, if you have not followed the EIF Network and you like action like that, if you want more of it, this is the place to be. Head over and follow us here on the network, as well as our Twitter page using @EIF Network. You can figure out and actually find out a bunch of breaking news. Check out YouTube on EIF Archive, which you can check a link. We have that for you, I believe, as well. That way you guys can head over to YouTube and see some of the awesome action that we have there for you. All old footage from here. You'll see this match pop up, as well as many others from the past that have been streamed here on the network. And of course, head over to our website, leaguelineup.com/EIF Lives. Do it in one of your study halls tomorrow if you need to go to bed now, and you can find out more information about EIF, including how to become a superstar here at Extreme International Fighting. We do not know when the next BFG quarterfinal match will happen. It could very well be sometime this week. If so, you'll see us back on here. If not, you will see us back here Saturday, May 14th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the pre-show and 8 p.m. for the official pay-per-view of EIF's 6th annual Superstars Reborn. Once again, folks, Greedy defeating PepsiKiller. We will keep you updated, but a best-of-3 series going to the last stage, going to the last pretty much point of these two, and Greedy somehow able to emerge victorious, evening the score with Pepsi from last year's BFG. Once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great night. We'll see you next time here on the EIF Network.